Don't worry about a thing, Ms. Innkeeper. I'll protect you.
Like I say, a very clever fellow, that George.
Huh? Yes, that's correct. I've got it right here. Sure, no problem. She gave her home address as Aobayashi-ku in the city of Sendai.
Wait a minute. I know that address. It's right near Genzo Araki's home in the town of Sendai.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. Yes?
Attention, the 5:30 train to Kagoda has now arrived. Please stay actively in the line until the cars have completely stopped.
Please watch your step as you exit the car. This is Sendai. To access the shopping district, please take the stairs to your right.
Excuse me, do you have any sympathy cards for a funeral?
That will be $1. Are you going to the funeral for someone local?
Yes, it was sudden.
You're not going dressed like that, are you?
Yeah?
Well, at least put on a necktie. There are customs to be considered, respect for the deceased and so forth. These things have to be done properly. That will be $25.50 for the card and the tie.
Based on the fact that there was no evidence of a struggle and no indication of a depressed emotional state, detectives now believe that the victim, Ryoko Kiyuchi, may have slipped and accidentally fallen to her death.
Respect, huh?
Thank you for your patience. I'm Ryoko's husband, Masao.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
I believe you mentioned life insurance?
If you don't mind, I have a few questions regarding cause of death. Oh, I can't believe it. I must have left my business cards in my other suit. Well, this won't take long. First of all, did you notice anything different about your wife in the days leading up to the trip?
I have to tell you, she would never commit suicide.
Even if it were true, Mrs. Kiyuchi had an extensive policy with us, and suicide would have no effect on the benefit payment. It's just that, as an investigator, I'm required to complete a report.
I understand. The truth is, I have no idea what happened. She called the night before and asked if everything was okay. She said she'd be home by midday. Then in the morning, I got the call. I still can't believe that she's gone. It would have been our 10th anniversary this year. We'd been planning to take a long trip. We had our reservations. We were going to go all around the world.
I was told this overnight trip was a group tour with some of the neighbors, is that right?
Yes. It was a woman's tour group.
Is there anybody here tonight who went with her that I could possibly speak to?
Yes, we were together for group activities, but we had separate rooms and different traveling companions.
When's the last time you saw her?
My goodness, you sound more like a cop than an insurance man. The last time, eh? Let's see. I went to karaoke with some friends, then came back to the hotel. I believe it was around midnight. We'd all been having a very good time. She was in the lobby making a phone call.
At midnight.
Hello, Ryoko. I stopped and said hello, but she was so wrapped up in her call, I don't think she even noticed.
That seems strange.
I don't mean to gossip, but is it true she let her life insurance run out?
Huh? No way. That's not true.
So how much is it?
What?
The insurance payoff. That much?
Shh. It's confidential.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your help.
Wait, you might want this number. It should be here in my phone.
All the stars in Hollywood use this machine to stay in shape for their films. With just 3 months of training, you too can have abs like this.
That's amazing. And you say it only takes 20 minutes a day? Anyone can do that.
This is Mrs. Horikawa's number. She might know something. The two of them were very close friends.
Huh?
Now roll over and try not to snore the rest of the night.
Maybe you should try pushing on my nose. We can get everything up.
About time. I ordered that beer an hour. Mr. Tanita.
Been looking all over for you, kid. Big champagne, huh? Guess they must have paid you pretty well.
I'm so sorry, but you gotta listen to me. There's an explanation for this. Please, sir, I'll be in your debt forever. Just hear my side.
Have you ever heard the saying, today's friend is tomorrow's enemy?
Yes, but I prefer today's enemy as tomorrow's friend.
That's pretty fast thinking, kid. Real slick.
What? Wait! Please, no!
What are you doing?
Nothing, Miss Nosy.
George isn't coming if that's who you want.
I don't know what you mean.
You're wasting your time. I'm serious. George has disappeared somewhere.
Huh? Where?
How should I know?
Hey, come back here!
Phew. That was terrific. Could I possibly get some hot tea, please? Sorry, but there must be some mistake.
No mistake, my treat. You have traveled a long way to see me.
Well, thank you.
Here you go. Let me pour that. I'm getting off early today. I wanted to go yesterday, but we've been really short-handed around here.
It's been busy, huh?
Not really, but someone's got to hold down the fort. You know, I work at this place all day long, and if I'm lucky, I barely make $45 by the end of the day. You want to know what kind of luck I have? I worked years to be able to finally go on a vacation, and when I do, something like this happens.
Yeah. It's not fair.
Sorry. Didn't mean to bug you with my problems.
That's all right.
You know, something has been bothering me. When we arrived at the hot springs, Ryoko asked if I had any nail polish remover. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but when Ryoko was nervous or worried, she used to bite her nails like a child. It would look awful. The tips really got chewed up. Anyway, she used to be a teacher, you know, and she was very particular about her appearance.
What time did you finally arrive?
We stopped by a souvenir shop on our way there, so it was around 11:30 in the morning. She was quiet and kept to herself on the bus. I wish I'd tried to talk to her more. Then maybe she wouldn't have gone out by herself and walked alongside those cliffs so early the next morning.
You can't blame yourself. It was an accident.
I know that, but even so, it's horrible.
You did everything a friend could do. I'm sure about that.
I guess so.
How much did they pay you? How much was it, you little rat bastard?
$1,600. And the girl?
Hardly seems worth it. How much were you getting when you worked for us?
$2,000 after taxes.
Plus a retirement pension and overtime pay if we needed you. To me, sounds like a pretty good deal. But that wasn't enough for you, was it?
Sorry, boss. That's the trouble. It was a good job. I got pissed off when you fired me. I'm sorry, sir. Give me a chance to make it right, please. I'll do anything. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Turn yourself in to the police? That's right. Go down and turn yourself in. Tell them everything you did.
I don't get it. Go and confess?
Yes, it's the best way. In fact, it's the only way to make things right. You understand?
Yeah. Yes, sir, I do.
Take him out.
Beg your pardon.
Excuse me.
Where are you headed, sir?
The home of Shusako Tanakura.
Yes, sir.
Well, of course I expect a thorough investigation. We need to get this resolved so no one can accuse us of a cover-up. Yes, Chief, I suppose we may have overdone it a bit. What did you expect after what they did to us? We'd roll over and play dead? Even the perception of weakness could be fatal in a situation as volatile as this. I'm sure you understand we have our name and reputation to consider. What is it?
There's somebody here to see you.
Who is it? I'm busy.
It's amazing how helpful he gets when someone else takes the heat. Sorry, Chief. I don't mean to be sarcastic.
I'm not sure I understand. You're doing an historical investigation of what? The Kimujuku copper mine?
No, sir, that's not quite accurate. What we're doing is an historical investigation of certain events that happened in this area that may have been hidden away from public scrutiny for a good many years. I don't mean for this to come off as rude, but we investigate incidents that have been sealed by power. This particular incident happened over 15 years ago. On a winter night in the middle of a terrible blizzard, there was a freight train heading towards Aomori from Tokyo. That express freight train departed from Tachikawa Station in Tokyo on time, but it arrived at the terminal station of Aomori 30 minutes late. The reason for the delay was a local train running ahead of the freight that made an emergency stop on the main line. Since there was a national highway running alongside the rail line, it was a mystery as to why anyone would try to cross the tracks in those severe conditions. The owner of the bike was never located. The train was stopped for 30 minutes while they checked for anyone who might be injured in the area. The trains running on that main line were notified by their central dispatch to stop where they were. In a short time, the system returned to normal with only minimal delays.
That's what this investigation is about?
No. The problem lies in the freight train that was running on the same line as the passenger train. It arrived in Aomori after a 30-minute delay. Everything seemed normal, but we quickly noticed something strange. According to the manifest, the freight left Tokyo with 32 boxcars. No matter how many times we counted, it kept coming out to 31. It seems there was one car missing.
My wife and I were just sitting here talking about what a nice person she was. Such a tragedy. She was much too young to die. She taught junior high in the public schools here for many years, but after she got married, she decided to start up a business of her own. She rented herself a space over there, a room above the dry cleaners, and she opened an English cram school. Everybody agreed she was one of the best instructors we ever had. The boys said she was something else. I mean, even after our youngest went on to high school, she kept in touch with us. Here.
She had to have been a wonderful woman to have made such a big impact.
She knew how to inspire those kids to learn. Most of them, anyway. But there were exceptions. I remember Mrs. Noguchi. Her maiden name was Noguchi, so everyone called her that. She had these 3 students once even she couldn't handle. A sister and 2 brothers.
They weren't from around here. They were out-of-towners, troublemakers right from the beginning.
Those apartments you see on the other side of the street didn't always used to be there. Many years ago, there was an old rundown project on that property. And that's where their family lived for a while. An awful family. I mean, those people and their kids were really strange.
Yes, but more than strange. I thought they were truly evil. You can't imagine how much trouble they caused.
That's true. They were a bad bunch, no question about it.
The oldest daughter, she had a head on her shoulders, but she wouldn't use it for anything constructive. She was always manipulating her 2 younger brothers to stir up trouble. They were impossible. They would shoplift and think nothing of it. They'd leave school at lunch and not come back for the rest of the day. Just hang out near the roadsides waiting for kids to come along so they could force them to give up their allowances. They'd smoke and pick fights, anything to challenge authority. Mrs. Noguchi couldn't deal with them. It was scandalous. Everyone made excuses and let that girl off the hook because she was pretty. But if you ask me, I think they should have confronted her and let her face the consequences.
Yeah, you're right.
You were just as much to blame as anyone, calling her Sonny-chan, just because she had a cute face.
Stop bringing that up. It was a long time ago.
Of course, the girl didn't even bother to say hello most of the time.
Well, she sounds like trouble, that's for sure.
Miyuki, what brings you to this part of town?
Is that a shotgun?
I'm afraid so, with all the violence that's been happening around here. I thought I'd take it out of storage. You never know when you might need the protection. By the way, I'm sorry for your father's troubles. Excuse me, I don't mean to run off, but I have to attend a hunting club meeting.
Then, after building up accounts all over town, they skipped out one night without paying.
Skipped out of town?
Disappeared without a word.
Very interesting. I believe I'll make a courtesy call of my own.